Powerglide came in today. Gonna look and see. Obviously, there's some physical differences between the two transmissions. This 4L80 is a lot longer. Let me get some light. It's a lot longer. So I'll need a different drive shaft for it. Also, I have to change the cross member right here. Cross member is going to be in the way. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to cut this cross member out. I'm also going to have to widen this area here. So there's a little bit of fabrication work needing to be done in order to get this thing fit in here. You got a Pro Torque converter coming in. Lead time on that's about 3 weeks. So 3 weeks before this Powerglide can even run in the car, and I still got to get a drive shaft. So that's another made-to-order deal with the lead time on it. Probably 2 to 3 weeks lead time on a drive shaft. Once you get that in there, drive shaft, converter, couple chassis changes, and might have to extend this drive shaft hoop here will need to be extended. It's a lot shorter, so the drive shaft or tail housing ends about right here, somewhere around in there. So I'll have to figure that stuff out. I gotta pull this thing out and do some measurements on it and see exactly what all I'm gonna have to do to get this thing in here and running. Trying to get this Powerglide in here. It's really close. The only problem is because the pan on this thing is not centered, it doesn't fit in between. See, it fits in between that pan, but whenever, or the cross member, but whenever you slide it forward, since the pan's not centered, it's off by about 2 inches or so for bolting up. So what I'm gonna have to do on the other side is cut this at a 45-degree angle and put a welded aluminum plate on it so that it'll clear on the other side and slide over 1.5 inches or 2 inches, and it'll be centered up on the bell housing, the back side of the motor. So pull this thing out. Might just flip it over and then pull the pan off of it. Slice the pan at a 45-degree angle right there. Put a plate on it all the way down, weld it up, and then bolt it back on, and then it should be able to clear without a problem. And I won't have to modify the frame any on this car. And it looks like the cross member here, the mount for the transmission, will be right over top of this tube. So I'll be able to make a transmission bracket, I think, pretty easily. So that's good. Anyways, come along. Pulled the pan off the Powerglide. This will be the area that I will make the relief cut. Doesn't look like anything will be contacting if, I cut it about like that. It'll be about right there. About a 45-degree angle, take off 1.5 inches or so. Should give me enough side-to-side clearance to get this in the chassis without making any modifications. So go ahead and cut this pan. Got some 1/4-inch aluminum. I can put it back on there, cut it down about something like that. I'll get a speed square and make a true 45 mark down and cut it, and then weld on another little strip over top of it. Here's the clearance I cut off of the case. Looks like it's gonna clear everything just fine. Just gonna take a piece of 1/4 inch, slap it straight on top, or well, lay it inside here a little bit, weld it up, and then test fit it again. Hopefully everything works out this time. So the pan's all welded up, got this outside cleaned up pretty good. The inside I'm gonna just leave as is. Never gonna see it, it's not gonna bother anything. Fit this pan on there and try and put the transmission back in, see how that fits. Hopefully it'll fit and we'll have to modify anything else. After a little trial and error of getting this thing in and out a couple times, ended up having to cut the cross member. But it's in here. It won't be too bad. I'll just have to drop that cross member down just a little bit, and it'll be fine. I'll have to mess with the belly pan a little bit too, because I'm gonna have to clearance it underneath the pan down there. But it fits in there about like the other one did. I think it'll work out fine. Just gotta remake that belly pan and measure for a drive shaft. Get that ordered. I think there's a 2 or 3 week lead time on that, so I need to go ahead and order that sooner than later. And then this thing will be just about ready. We'll have to do a new drive shaft hoop on here. I'm fixing to see kind of what that one would look like if it was in the original spot that I had it. I think you actually have to cover the yoke, so I don't know if I can just extend that tube or if I need to buy a whole new tube. I think it's like a 5-inch tube, chromoly. But I'm going to put that in here and measure the drive shaft length, and then see how everything looks after that. So I've got the drive shaft hoop and the enclosure tube mocked up. Drive shaft to be in Monday. Everything's looking pretty good. Got to finish welding out that bracket down there, paint it, drill the holes for the nut certs, and then I think that's pretty much everything as far as modifications to the chassis. Besides that, I've still got to do that cross member down there. There's 2 wires for the trans brake. We got the ground wire, and we got the power for trans brake. So that's the easy wiring. Still waiting on the torque converter to come in. But that's pretty much it. Just gonna clean it up a little bit, paint everything, make it look all nice and new, and then put that cover back on it, and then you'll never see it.